Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a collective love reading. I've been picking up on the song the last couple of days, keeps running over and over and over in my head. More specifically, when I wake up in the morning, it is literally the first thought in my mind. So I'm going to pull some cards on it and see if I can get some messages out of the cards for you in relation to this particular song and this particular energy, this relationship that I'm picking up on. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. All of my readings are timeless. So you have come to this reading, been guided to this reading because there is a message in it for you. It might be just one thing that I say. If you are returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I often pick up on messages prior to a reading. As I said, I will then come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify those messages. I am also an illustrator, so all of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs. I've been intuitively guided to create a specific range of decks with specific messages in them to use on my channel. So I'm going to start off with the song that I was getting. It's Callum Scott's Biblical. So the energy I'm picking up on is a biblical love story. And it may reflect in the relationship that you have with the person on your mind. Now, it could be that your love story will be biblical. If you think of the biblical love stories, and I did a bit of research this morning, and obviously I knew a few, but some of them I sort of didn't know a lot of detail. So we have Boaz and Ruth, Jacob and Rachel, Adam and Eve, Samson and Delilah, Joseph and Mary, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Abraham and Sarah, Esther, Isaac and Rebecca. There's a whole heap of them. And so I was like, they've all got different themes. And obviously those biblical stories are used and, have been used for thousands of years. If you go back to the story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I mean, that was, almost, over 2,000 years ago. So it's a big epic love story that will have a significant effect within a storyline, a theme within a storyline of your love connection, of your spiritual connection with this person. Now, these are all spiritual connections. So I'm talking here about a spiritual connection with your person. There's something in here that either mirrors one of these stories, or you will create your own epic love story that people can reference back to as an example, as a guide. Now, as I said, I listed out all of those stories. And I thought, which one? Which one is it? And I've done a couple of readings this morning and my phone needed to charge. So I put my phone on the charge and I just went over to collect it to see if it was ready for use. And on my charge, on my battery, 77%. So I know exactly which story it is. It's Jacob and Rachel. That's what I'm focusing on today. So if you don't know the story of Jacob and Rachel, actually, I'm going to get some cards out first and I'll go through that story. So let's get one of these. Wow. Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card, and the Six of Pentacles. So we've got a third party in here, which is within that story of Jacob and Rachel. Equal give and take and a balance. And obviously, and I will go through that story of Jacob and Rachel, there was an imbalance. There was a deception there. Let us get so those are from my Lovebirds Tarot deck. Now I'm going to get a divine message from my Divine Messages Oracle deck. Thank you. Jealousy and envy. And what do I want to do now? I'm going to do one of these. That one wants to come out. Six of Cups. Something returning from the past. Okay, this is perfect. Let's get one of these. Love message. Thank you. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. So, Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Six of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. Six of Pentacles, two sixes here. The Moon in Taurus. Do I want to get... Yeah, let's get an angel. This is my angel oracle deck. What angel is walking with, wow, morality? Number 15. Now that's another 6. So we have 666, which is the number of devil. And in this particular tarot deck, this card here, this man here is the figure that I drew as the devil. There's been some deception. Okay, so let's have a look. Hariel, number 15, morality, the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups are something returning from your past, a love returning from your past. The 2 of Cups, a soulmate connection. This energy that I'm picking up on, this biblical love story that I'm picking up on, that has some sort of mirroring to the story of Jacob and Rachel, is a soulmate connection, a destined connection. 6 of Pentacles. It involves the moon in Taurus. It involves some sort of, and because I said we've got the devil there, some sort of imbalance into a transaction, which is what happened in that story. Jealousy and envy. And don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. So the story of Jacob and Rachel, if you are not aware, Jacob fell in love with Rachel at first sight. And he went to Rachel's father and asked for her hand in marriage. He went to her father, and actually it mirrors this deck. Went to her father and asked for her hand in marriage. Her father said, yes, you can marry my daughter Rachel, but you have to work for me for 7 years and then you can marry her. And so Jacob did. Worked for her father for 7 years. And on the day that they were to be married, at the wedding ceremony, the bride was veiled. And the two were married. And when the veil was pulled back, Jacob realized he had been deceived. Her father had married Rachel's sister, Leah, to Jacob instead of marrying Rachel to Jacob. There's a deception here. Prior to the reading, I was hearing divine blessings after disappointment. So what then happened in that particular love story was that Jacob then had to work for Rachel's father for another 7 years before he was able to marry Rachel. So 14 years, potentially a long, long period of disappointment. But in the end, as I said, the 2 of Cups is a soul connection. So it was always meant to come together, but something from the past returning. Love at first sight. Somebody that you have had a connection with for a long time, but have been kept apart by some sort of devil-like character through a deception. Perhaps jealousy and envy. Perhaps somebody was jealous of this relationship. That was the deception. Envious of the relationship. Interesting. And of course we have this angel card, and I pull it out, which is morality. An immoral deception that kept two people apart. 666 is the devil. I keep getting that song. Is it Walk On By? Keep hearing it. Okay, so let's get into this reading, because this is a bit, I actually went back because I did a reading maybe 2 years ago while I was actually drawing this particular deck, which is my Lovebirds Tarot deck, where two people are kept apart because of her father. And interestingly, in that story, in that tarot deck, it's the story that's on, it's called the Willow Tree Design. So my grandmother gave me a set of teacups, and you can see these two birds here on the teacup. Now, the story behind the Willow Tree Design, and there's all different variations. There's a Chinese variation and a Japanese variation, all different variations of it. But essentially, two people are kept apart, and they decide to put their love first, and they run away together, and the gods favor them because they put their love first and turn them into a pair of birds so they can fly away to their freedom. That is actually the 2 cups. They are the cups that my grandmother gave me. 2 of Cups. They can fly away to their freedom. It's a soul connection that is biblical in nature. So as I said, something about your connection with your person aligns with this story of Jacob and Rachel, or components of the story about Jacob and Rachel. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got the Queen of Wands. As I said, Jacob fell for Rachel. Love at first sight. The Queen of Wands is very, very alluring. If you think of a sunflower, sunflower follows the sun. Imagine Jacob just eyes on something very alluring. 6 of Cups is often seen as a past life connection. Often happens when you have somebody where it is love at first sight. What you are actually picking up on, yes, you're physically attracted to that person, but from an energy perspective, you've known them before. It's a bit like, when you meet somebody and you become friends with somebody, and I'm talking about just a friendship. When you become friends with somebody and you immediately hit it off, it's 9 times out of 10 because you have had a past life with them. Your energies recognize each other. Tell me more. Goodness. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant, a biblical connection. We've got the 7 of Wands, which is Jacob being held at arm's bay through a deception and not being able to come together with Rachel. 2 of Cups is a soulmate connection. So the Hierophant can be seen as a biblical thing. The Hierophant is Taurus and Venus. The 7 of Wands is Mars and Leo, and the 2 of Cups is Venus and Cancer. Now the Hierophant can be seen as biblical. Like that song, that Callum Scott song. But the Hierophant is also some sort of structure, financial structure, religious structure. It's this devil. It's her father, who was essentially, I want to use the word micromanaging, but deceptively micromanaging the situation. And obviously, because he ended up with somebody who worked for him for 14 years. Based on, I don't want to say, an offer and acceptance. He had an agreement. Joseph and Rachel had an agreement with this person, but within that agreement there was a deception. And so he wasn't allowed, he wasn't able, and that's true, he wasn't able to love her because he was actually married to somebody else. What else? He was actually married to somebody else. So Joseph actually had why did I say Joseph? Jacob also had a soul connection with Leah, Rachel's sister. So you can have a soul connection with somebody, but they're not necessarily they're your soulmate, but they're not they're karmic. And they're karmic because the Strength card came out. They're karmic. Look at that, number 8. Now, number 8 is the number of karma and abundance. And as I said before, we had divine blessings after disappointment. Somebody that you're stuck in a loop with, that lion wants to give a rose. Somebody that you're stuck in a loop with had the strength to work. How much would he have loved her if he worked for 14 years after massive disappointment in order to come back to her? There's some sort of huge disappointment in this connection that I'm picking up on. 14 years. Number 8 is this year, 2024. In a couple of days' time, we have the 888 portal. Now that happens every 9 years. The last time it happened was 2015. So that number may be of significance to you. Stuck in a karmic loop with somebody, waiting to be released. You think of that Seven Wands, waiting to be released from this karmic tie from this person because you were trapped in a deception, not able to actually get back to the person that you loved. The Strength card. The Strength card to come out, it means there's been a battle. There's been a battle. I don't normally get 5 cards out. Knight of Swords. The Strength card is Leo and the Sun. The Knight of Swords is Mars in Aquarius. Perhaps a truth has been revealed about the deception. Okay, let's have a look at the Queen of Wands. What can you tell me about the Queen of Wands? Normally my puppy sits beside me when I do a reading, and then I'm looking and he's disappeared. A truth's been revealed and somebody's disappeared. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is my Mother Mary card, actually. And when I think about Mother Mary, I think about Angel Gabriel coming and giving a revelation to Mary that she was going to give birth to Jesus, that she was going to be the mother of Jesus. Perhaps this devil person has recognized the spiritual nature of this connection, a truth being revealed about the spiritual nature, the gravity of this connection. That biblical song by Callum Scott. And when you think about the year 2024, as I said, number 8, you get what you reap what you sow. So if you've done the right thing, then you get divine blessings, especially after disappointment. But if you've done the wrong thing, morality, if you have been immoral, if you have been deceptive and held on to somebody, especially a big spiritual connection, then you're under judgment. And as I said, you know, my dog normally sits right beside me. He's taken off. Nine of Pentacles, freedom. Nine of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. It's also seeds that were planted in this particular tarot deck. The Seven of Pentacles, and I'm gonna find it. Let me just find it. The Seven of Pentacles was the card that I used in the reading that I did 12 months ago. Here we are. Seven of Pentacles. And I'm going to show you why. This is the work that you put in. For example, for Jacob, the 14 years of work that he put in order to be with Rachel. 2 lots of 7. Something significant might be within the number 7. Something could have been significant of within last year's 777 portal, maybe when a revelation came through. But in that particular card, I drew on his leg, you can see it, 7-7. This way and this way, a 7-7. The foundations that were laid in order for this relationship. 9 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles is planting the seeds. 9 of Pentacles is harvest. The freedom to love the person that you want to love. I'm going to pop that card. Actually, I'm going to pop it back in the deck because if it comes out, it's meant to come out. And when I did that reading, a song that came up. Now, that reading's not on YouTube, it's on Instagram. I was just doing little small readings explaining the stories behind the cards that I was drawing. And this particular card is one of my daughter's favorite cards. And it reminds her of the song from Scarlet Heart Rio, which is a K-drama. And it's Can You Hear My Heart? Again, about 2 people kept apart. And interestingly, in that K-drama, he was one of 7 brothers. There's lots of 7-7s in this, on the bottom, 6 of Wands. Lots of 7-7s in this particular energy, this particular relationship that I'm picking up on. And 7 is very, very biblical number. You think the 7 deadly sins, there's lots of 7s. Okay, let's get a card for, got these 3 here. No, actually, let's just get one each. Let's get a card for the Hierophant. 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles, Pentacles are what you're building with somebody. Perhaps somebody tying you to a karmic soulmate through deception in order to build their own wealth, which is effectively what Rachel's father did. I mean, he got free labour for 14 years based on a deception. Let's have a look at this 7 of Wands. Yeah. It was about wealth, what he could financially gain through the deception of, through deceiving Jacob. And if I have said Joseph, I keep saying Joseph, maybe your name's Joseph. Ace of Pentacles, that's a divine blessing. But if somebody has stolen your spiritual inheritance, if your love story is meant to be, is a spiritual biblical connection that is meant to be an example of love, an example of, you know, a 14-year battle, an example of love at first sight, an example of deception to other people around you, and somebody has stolen that spiritual, that divine blessing from you, then they receive karma. And as I said, my dog took off. Now, he's a beautiful puppy, but he's normally beside me. There's something, the fact that he's not here, somebody, this devil energy, jealousy and envy, this devil energy is now becoming acutely aware of the power of this connection and the fact that they stole a spiritual inheritance from you. Look at this 2 of Cups. Now, this was Leah. This was who he was bound to. Wheel of Fortune. It's a release. As I said, now, the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Jupiter is luck. Luck is, if you think of what's the lucky number, 7. 777. In this particular deck, they put their love first. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. They put their love first and they run away. After being restricted, they run away, and what do they get? The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune can turn both ways. So, yeah, as I said, God turned them into a pair of birds so they can fly away to their freedom. They were stuck this way. That wheel, stuck to, bound to this karmic connection. And now they're getting the freedom. Strength. It's really beautiful. And I love the fact that that's a 7. King of Cups. King of Cups is Neptune in Pisces. Sometimes the King of Cups is a little reserved, so has this big, beautiful cup, but is a little reserved in giving it. Now, you would be if you had had all of this disappointment. But Neptune is the depths of the love that Jacob had for Rachel. 14 years worth of built up emotion that he had from her, starting from the day that he first saw her. Love at first sight. Now, Neptune in Pisces. Pisces is a spiritual connection. Pisces is the sign of spirituality. Next year, in January, the nodes actually change, and they're in each sign for 18 months. The North Node, which is your point of destiny, actually changes to Pisces in January, and it'll be there for 18 months. Pisces is spirituality, spiritual connections. In October, the 1010 portal is the soulmate gateway. It's where soulmate connections come back into alignment. Now, this is beautiful because we've got karma, which is happening 888, the 8th of August 2024, which is divine blessings coming, a releasing of karmic ties, going into the 1010 portal, which is the soulmate as I said, the soulmate gateway, pointing us towards the node of destiny, which will be in Pisces in January, which is spirituality. So these spiritual connections, these biblical connections. King of Cups, this guy finally being able to express his love to the person that he loves. Now, male or female, take it as it resonates. Nine of Wands, no more heavy burdens. The Nine of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. Okay, let's have a look. This is my little Divine Portal tarot deck. That's the big one. This is the little one, which I just used to clarify. Anything else on these two cards? Yeah, the Two of Cups again. A beautiful soulmate connection coming together. A beautiful spiritual, biblical soulmate connection, mirroring the story of Jacob and Rachel. Yeah, look at that. Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus. In the original drawing of that card, the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. Feeling like what you want, what you desire, the person that you love, you actually can't have. There's some people inside a church in the original drawing and then others out in the cold because of this deception. It's a new beginning on offer. That's the Fool. That is Uranus. It's also Aquarius. Look at this. The Empress. How beautiful is that? A new, beautiful, abundant connection coming in after disappointment. Divine blessings after disappointment. Oh, wow. Look at that. Six of Pentacles. That's up here. That was this original card. Now, in this original card, I drew the Devil, because somebody was manipulating this situation for their own financial gain. This could have been somebody that one or both, well, that one of you was married to, some sort of contract. But we've got the Six of Pentacles now, and if you can see, there's two sides, yours and theirs. There's nobody else. There's nobody else in that drawing. A balanced connection, minus the third party. The Six of Pentacles is the moon in Taurus. Okay, let us get, that wants to come out, childhood wounds and patterns. I don't think that's either of you. I actually think that that's this Devil character. Something that they've learned, from their past, from their childhood, has carried through into the present, which makes them manipulate other people for financial gain or hold on to people. I mean, if it's somebody that you were married to, maybe they wouldn't sign divorce papers, because it meant then that they wouldn't be able to live the lifestyle they've been living. It could be anything. I mean, it could be a friend who has kept a relationship apart through mind manipulation. And I'm starting to get ascension symptoms. So you may be going through a spiritual awakening, especially if this truth that's coming through, this revelation that's coming through, that somebody close to you was deceptive, would send you through into a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul, that maybe what you saw, what did we have? The moon in Taurus. The moon in Taurus, we had it twice. The moon in Taurus, the moon is what's hidden. And Taurus is the foundations that you build on. That somebody that you built your foundations with has been deceptive because of childhood wounds and patterns. Now, the other thing is too, childhood wounds and patterns, you might have some wounds and some patterns from your childhood that make you forgive somebody too easily, and then enables somebody to cross boundaries and be more deceptive. What else do we need to know? So that card just bent. That card just bent. Overthinking hidden in plain sight. Perhaps you thought it was somebody else that was deceiving you. Perhaps you thought it was somebody else that was pulling the strings. What that card is saying is that the real master manipulator is right in front of your nose. That card was bent. What is the message in that? There's a message in that. Bent. Somebody's got their nose bent out of joint, is what I heard. Somebody's got their nose bent out of joint. And maybe if you're trying to pick up on who's actually pulling the strings behind this deception, look for somebody whose nose is put out of joint. There's a hidden deception here. Jealousy and envy is what I'm drawn to. The truth will set you free. Now, we did have that Nine of Pentacles twice. I think we had it. Nine of Pentacles. I think it was on the bottom. Nine of Pentacles is freedom. Reinvention. The freedom to love who you want to love without the restrictions of whatever it is that's holding you to this person. Reinvention. Clearly decide what you want. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. Overthinking hidden in plain sight. Maybe you've been given the keys to unlock the cage that you're in, and you can't see. You can't see the door that's opening to let you out of the maze. Clearly decide what you want. I'm just saying what's popping into my head. Communication. Partnership. Yeah, this partnership with this person is ending, whatever it is. Falling in love with your authentic self on the bottom. Okay, let's have a look at what angel is walking with you. Number 9, divine mercy and forgiveness. Aziel. 9's are the end in tarot. The end of this karmic cycle. Next year is the 999 portal. Yuma Bell. Confidence. Too many. I will link that biblical song in the description. There may be more in the lyrics to that song. Also, check out the music video, because oftentimes there's things in the music video. I always find when I look at songs or when I hear songs, I look at the music video, the lyrics. I also obviously look at the singer-songwriter, but also album covers have got messages in them as well. Number 19, Liua, fulfillment, wisdom, and divine blessings. And I said that in the beginning of this reading. Divine blessings after disappointment. There's an angel walking with you to bring you these divine blessings. Okay, do I want any more? I'm going to get 2 more. 1. Number 11, Luvia, victory. Victory after a long battle. And we did see the 6 of Wands somewhere before. Number 45, motivation and willpower. And certainly for Jacob, 14 years he worked. I'm picking up that it's been a long journey to get back to this person. 63, travel, business, banking, and commerce. Maybe you had some sort of partnership. Deceptive. Well, not deceptive in the beginning. Well, not that you thought anyway, because obviously for Jacob, there was that agreement. I'll work for you for 7 years if in return I can have the hand of your daughter. Some sort of offer and acceptance that you didn't realize was deceptive. Now, 6 and 3 is a 9. So 9, 9, 9. Lots of 9s. And on the bottom, protection and guidance on spiritual journeys. This is a spiritual journey, which means, as I said before, this person who has stolen your destiny, your destined soul connection, is going to receive judgment. But because you have stuck with this connection, because you know and understand the spiritual nature of it, you have been protected, even though it's potentially taken a long time. Okay, let's have a look. A Moon Oracle card. Let's see what other information. That's too many. Just one. Thank you. New Moon in Gemini. Brace yourself. Cosmic solutions are en route. Now that tells me Gemini is the twins. Gemini is also the Lovers card, which is the soulmate card. And Gemini is also Mercury. New Moon in Gemini. Brace yourself. Cosmic solutions are en route. A truth is coming to you. If you haven't already had it. Just going to get one more. New Moon in Aries, time to meditate and contemplate. So meditation is somewhere where you get, if you're trying to work out this hidden in, overthinking, hidden in plain sight, take yourself somewhere quiet and listen to the messages that you are receiving. And I don't normally do this, but I just turned it over. So it's obviously South Node. Time to ditch the old baggage and soar. Now your South Node, currently the South Node is in Libra. It is the releasing of karmic relationships that you are in that are either not aligned with your spiritual path going forward or are holding you back. So if you think of, that relationship between Jacob and Rachel, the karmic ties that he had through the deceptive marriage to Rachel's sister was holding him back from being able to marry Rachel. So as I said, the South Node is currently in Libra. There for 18 months. Started back in June of 2023 and will be there until January of 2025. So another, 5 or 6 months. The South Node is what we are releasing. The North Node is what we are walking towards. So the North Node is currently in Aries. And the North Node will change into Pisces, which is spirituality, in January. So when you think about Aries and Libra, so if the North Node is in Aries and the South Node is in Libra, Aries is self. It's the axis between self, Aries, and others, which is Libra. Releasing the karmic connections of others in order to move towards what you want for yourself. So let's have a look if there's any more messages. South Node in Scorpio. Well, Scorpio's death and rebirth. South Node Scorpio wrestles with trust and keeping secrets. The South Node is like a closet full of old skeletons holding you back. For these Scorpios, it's all about leaning heavily on others. So perhaps moving forward, because of this previous deception, you have a fear of being able to trust other people because you've been played, deceptively played. But that fear is what's keeping you stuck in these karmic relationships. Almost to better the devil you know. South Node in the 9th house. So this is about release because we've got South Node, South Node, South Node. If your South Node is hosting a bash in the 9th house, you might be clinging to beliefs like they are engraved in stone. But hey, shaking things up with diverse viewpoints could unlock a brand new chapter in your life. This celestial hangout is where we unwind, find our zen, and release the old to make room for the future. Perhaps. And as I said, Jacob was stuck in that scenario for 14 years. Maybe you've been stuck because of your beliefs. That maybe you have to stay with somebody because you're married to them. Or you can't do what's right for you because of an agreement that you have with somebody. But what you need to be reminded of here is that that agreement that you had with somebody, you came to that agreement. That offer and acceptance of that agreement was based on two people being truthful and honest, but one person in that scenario has been dishonest. It's almost like your get out of jail free card. Overthinking, hidden in plain sight. Maybe that's what that card is there for. The deception is what actually allows you to break free. And we've got South Node in Virgo. So again, it's what you are releasing. And he's just arrived back on the couch. It's what you are releasing. And he came back when I said it's what you are releasing. Maybe you are getting some pushback now that you're making it known, that you're walking away from whatever this deceptive commitment that you had with this person was. You're getting a victory over it. South Node in Virgo. South Node in Virgo is all work and no play, thanks to Mercury's labor vibes. Labor. How much effort, time and effort did you put into this relationship before you realized it was deceptive? It's like thinking earning is safer than receiving, believing you can't accept gifts, and that trust is a rare gem. It's where we cozy up spiritually, but to sprout, we must bid farewell to the old ways. So the South Node goes into Virgo in January. The North Node goes into Pisces and the South Node goes into Virgo. So it's releasing that is so Jacob and Rachel. All work and no play. He had to work for her father for 14 years in order to have this love. But what the North Node, which will be in Pisces in January, is saying that your point of destiny is the spiritual connections that you have with the person that you love, the person that you're meant to be with, this biblical connection. It's like thinking earning is safer than receiving. This person's got you in the mindset that you're better off financially sticking in what you know, sticking within a relationship, a marriage, a something. But they're doing that because they're saying that because it benefits them. It's like thinking earning is safer than receiving, believing you can't accept gifts, and that trust is a rare gem. This person has put you in the mindset where, one, you can't trust anybody because they've deceived you. And two, believing you can't accept gifts. Potentially making you feel like you're not worthy of a beautiful gift of spiritual love. South Node in Virgo. Falling in love with your authentic self is realizing, coming to that realizing and understanding that you are allowed to, entitled to a beautiful spiritual love. That you aren't what was done to you. Protection and guidance on spiritual journeys. Perhaps all of this played out because it was part of a spiritual journey that you were meant to be on. You know, as I said before, those relationships, all of those biblical relationships are ones where, you know, we reference back to because they've got beautiful examples of beautiful love stories, but they've also got examples of hardships. Let's have a look. It just came out, flew out. This is my love messages song deck. Yellow by Coldplay. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you and all the things you do, and it was called Yellow. So I took my turn, so then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done, and it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You get another one. One more for this beautiful couple. Iris, the Goo Goo Dolls. And I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. That's from the movie City of Angels. That was a love story where two people were kept separate. He was an angel and she was human. I'm yours, Jason Mraz. Well, you done me in. You bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. 14 years. Before the cool down run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's going to stop me but divine intervention. I did have that on one of the cards, didn't I? I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more. No more. I cannot wait. I'm yours. Whatever has held the two of you apart, there's some sort of divine intervention coming in with the 888 portal, the 1010 portal, which is the soulmate gateway, the North Node changing into Pisces, spirituality, this spiritual connection in January next year, and potentially the 999 portal next year. Beautiful. Okay, let us get some messages from your person. What would they say to you if they could? I miss you. How beautiful is that? What else? I wish we could be together right now. This is making me sad. Truth and honesty is my priority. Wow. Moving closer to union. And we've got jealousy, which we had before, jealousy and envy. We need more balance, and we had that because we had the 6 of Pentacles with that third party within the drawing of that card, a third person, and then we've got on the bottom of this deck the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is balance. A removing of this particular person in order to get balance, in order to move closer to union, divine timing. Truth and honesty, meaning that it's coming to light, or it's come to light that this person was trying to steal this couple from coming into union. What else? I need more clarity, but it came out that way. This person's either got the clarity or they're getting clarity. Getting the clarity. I'm making plans, making the changes that they need in order to bring this relationship into union. Yeah, it's taking longer than I thought. Please wait. Temptation. They're being lured back. This person's trying to lure them back. And as I said, my dog came back into the room. And I don't know what card it came out. I don't know what card came out. But he came back into the room and I was talking about this person catching wind of this separation. Almost coming back in to tempt you to stay. Offering something to you so that you don't move on. I sabotaged this because of fear. Okay, one more. Whoa, 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 whoa. That one went flying. Now, I sabotaged this because of fear. My ears are ringing. That's this person, this devil character. They sabotage your connection because of their own childhood wounds and patterns. Maybe they didn't want to be alone, and maybe they didn't want to not have, if you're the person in this relationship that is bringing in the income, they were worried that their life wouldn't be the same. They wouldn't have the financial abundance if you moved on. So they sabotaged this union for financial gain. And we did have the Ace of Pentacles there. I want to try. That's this person. They're going to come back in and tempt you. Be very, very careful. That was that card before. And I remember I said that the card was bent. And I said they've got their nose out of joint. They've got their nose bent and out of joint. They've picked up that you're moving on. We had all of those South Node cards, which is what you are releasing. They've picked up that you're moving on. They've got their nose out of joint. Be very careful. You are the love of my life. Now, these cards could be you or your person, but as I said, a couple of them are coming through that it's this devil energy. You are the love. Don't leave me. You are the love of my life. Or that could be an actual message from your person, because they are your true soulmate. They're not your karmic soulmate like this other person was. Right, now finally, I'm going to get, in here we've got Scrabble tiles. Letters and numbers on them. Could be your first, middle, last initial, that of your person, that of the person that's kept you trapped and stuck. I'm going to call them out. Just take what resonates. These are just extra clarification, extra messages, extra confirmation. If you've picked up things from the other parts of the reading, then that's great. If there's nothing in here for you, that's okay too. Right, that's all we're getting. Sometimes they all come out, other times nothing comes out at all. Okay, so we've got a D and a 2, a Q and a 10, an N and a 1. That's that on that card. Remember I said 7 one way and 7 the other. That was what I drew on the leg. An E and a 1. An M and a 1. An A and a 1. Now that one was stood up like that. It's not a flat surface. You can see how many cards are here. So there's always extra significance in a Scrabble tile where it's stood up. For me, number A, something in that. A and a 1, temptation. An S and a 1. A T and a 1. An I and a 1. And an R. What I was going to say was maybe they're going to tempt you with something nasty. And I didn't get a Y, but I did get an I, something nasty. Okay, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just looking and see if there's any other letters or words. If you want to pause the video, you can make some words out of those letters. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you all the best on your journey. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. I'm trying to post every day. If you are interested in any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. Wishing you a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you again in another reading.